Hi, everyone. Welcome to another Family Law Matters. I'm Dr. Michael Mantell, joining Bonnie Rabinovich Mantell, who is the owner and managing partner of the Primus Family Law Group. Alrighty, so Bonnie, I have a question for you.
Mhm.
We are not naive to think that just because a judge ruled, a court ruled, that's necessarily something we just have to swallow and accept. And especially in the tense decisions that happen in family law, sometimes people want to appeal. Can you tell us a little bit about how that works and
Sure.
give us some
There are
information?
certain deadlines that you have to do appeals, and it depends what the reason you're trying to appeal. If you've been coerced into something, you have different times, maybe 2 to 3 years, to appeal a decision. If there's been fraud or duress, those are other reasons why you can appeal a decision. And also, if the judge, sometimes they do, made an error of law. But it's important to know that if you just don't like what the judge decided, it doesn't mean you get to appeal the decision. Not every appeal that is filed is actually heard because you have to have all the elements presented and you have to show that the judge made an error of law or abused their discretion. So, a lot, Michael, we've talked about this, custody, visitation support. While those are all some evidence based, they're also based on discretion. The judge has a lot of that when making decisions because they hear about all the different facts of the case. So the only way that you can appeal those decisions is if you show that the judge abused its discretion, went beyond the boundaries of what they're allowed to consider. We'll tell you it's pretty hard to win on appeals in family law because they are so discretionary. And an appellate court, a lot of people, Michael, think the appellate court is going to hear the whole matter again. No. If they decide that an error has been made, guess what they do? They send it back to that judge to hear it again. So you're actually telling the judge you got it wrong and now you got to fix it. I don't know about you, but that might piss a judge off.
Speaking of pissing someone off, what about the client who does not want to hear from you? You don't have a case. I've looked at this, I've spent hours and hours and hours looking, and honestly, you don't have a case. And I mean, I hate to say this, but there are attorneys who will say, let's go for it because the billing is there. You
You
don't
know,
do that. I know Primus Family Law does not do that. I've known the firm, I've known the firm for many years. But what happens with the client who's angry about that? What do they do?
well, unfortunately, if they're angry, they can go find another attorney who will drink that Kool-Aid, take their money, and spend all of it, and they will get the results that I told them without having to spend it. Michael, I run my own shop because I could not practice that way. I
Right.
run my own shop because I'm going to tell you up front that, your retainer may or may not cover this particular issue, that you may lose this issue, but you may win this issue. And I will tell you, this is not a pat on my back. It's just 25 years of being in the business that 9 out of 10 times what I said you're going to win on, you're going to win on. And what I said you're not going to win on, you're not going to win on.
And there are clients who just won't accept that. As you say,
Yeah,
go
go
follow,
spend your kids' college money for no reason.
go
My
follow the money.
job is to keep you centered and keep the money in your pocket more than giving it. Sure, it is a living that we do, but we also have rules of ethics and integrity, or at least our firm has integrity.
They can go follow the billboard if they want. But if they want to talk to you directly, how can they reach you?
Well, they can reach me directly at 619-574-8000. And you will be put on my calendar as the owner of the firm for a free 30-minute either phone or Zoom conversation so I can see how best we can help you. Or you can reach us online at primusfamilylaw.com. There's both an info form you can fill out, and now we have somebody, an actual human that you can, not a bot, that you can speak to and give them your information.